Welcome back to Sports on Tap. I'm your host, James Laney, with my co-host, Kyle Johnson.
I was this close to singing iCarly. This close.
And my co-host, Ryan Fahey.
It is warm in this bitch.
I know.
It is
I thought
very
you were
warm.
about to say it is Wednesday.
That's what I thought he was going to say, too. Oh, but let's get right into it today. NFL MVP race. Wide open. It's closing up. I get that. But it's at this point of the year, you'd think we'd know who the MVP is. My vote is same guys I said at the beginning of the year. Tom freaking Brady.
Did you say Tom Brady?
I did.
Yeah,
I did. I rode the wave. I was like, I just think he's going to do it again. And part of me, maybe I shouldn't factor this in, and the reason why I think he's going to get it, not only is he leading the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns, but he's 44. This man is 44 years old, and he's still just doing what he does. And I don't know, should age play a factor into it?
I don't think it should.
But the fact that
I think outside, as far as like voting for the award, I don't think it should. I think it should be literally the most valuable player to said team, regardless of age.
I do think the stats don't back it
but
up.
I think, obviously,
I would say I'm not saying just because he's 44 that's the reason he should get
Yeah.
it. But the fact he's leading in the two major categories in the NFL for passing, yards and touchdowns. Also, he's top 6 in pass completions.
Rodgers has a better passer rating though.
He usually does. I will say Rodgers usually has. And
Yeah,
Rodgers is clearly in this conversation.
He's number 2, probably.
There's a reason why Rodgers is always in that conversation year after year. His talent is unmatched. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I would say it's between Brady, Rodgers, and Murray.
Murray's a leg behind the two.
It's because he's had out 2 games.
I
Or
know.
because he was hurt. So I think that's the reason why.
Which sucks because I'm pretty sure I said Murray.
Allen's up there too. And he proved it again why he should be last night.
Yeah. Yeah, but his team's not the difference between going
into that Patriots game, I'm fairly certain he was number 2.
I'm pretty sure he was, but
I don't want to hold that game against him.
This is my point.
I think he played well in that game.
I
For
think he did
the
too.
conditions.
That should have been a touchdown to Diggs.
Which-
That should have been. It was a perfect throw in conditions that you don't even know like how anyone could even like.
That I saw that ball where I saw that ball.
That ball was in a bucket for Diggs, and it hit his forearm.
And, the worst
forearm. That should have been caught.
The worst part about it is you see Diggs looking over this way, and the ball ended up over here, which means Josh Allen basically threw that in the middle of the field, and Diggs is looking this way, and that ball is going just like this.
Yeah, and it was still a perfect
and
ball.
it was still right in the breadbasket.
You can't fault him for that game.
So Allen's also up there, but welcome to the 2021 NFL season, boys.
It is
It is just so up and down.
You know who else is up
what's
there,
going on.
actually?
The AFC playoff race alone is a tight race. Forget the MVP race.
The whole league as a whole.
It's just everything is just right there. It's right there.
Yeah, the AFC. This is the first year I think AFC has been more like, and by far like way more entertaining than the NFC. Usually it's the other way around.
Which is why
I feel like there's such bigger gaps where the AFC overall is just it's very competitive overall. Where the NFC, it's like okay, you have your really good teams and your really crappy teams.
Yeah,
there's a big
but
gap.
It's usually
in the
that's
NFC.
what I'm saying. It's usually flip flop.
No, I'm agreeing with you. I think the same thing. The thing that's exciting about this season, because like with all the awards, not just the MVP, I think Tom Brady is going to not run away with it, but I think he'll end up winning his 4th MVP. Yeah, his 4th MVP.
It's absurd.
Everything's going to come down to Week 18. Coach of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookies of the Year. I think everything is literally going to come down to Week 18 in the NFL.
That's cool as shit.
That is that. When is the last time that happened?
It just hasn't.
All of the like.
I don't think it ever
for
has.
everything. I'm talking everything. I'm not talking. Yeah, there's been MVP races where it's like, oh, it could come down to this last game, but
insane.
I'm talking
like,
everything.
Thinking about it too, there's a scenario where we finish as like the 7th seed.
Yeah,
that's still possible.
Patriots.
Yeah. Because if we lose out and then other teams just pass, we could finish as like the 7, 8 with 9 wins right now. We're only at 9. That is kind of nuts.
Wild. The Patriots,
and we have a 2-game lead in the division, which is just like even crazier.
Yeah.
So this is how close everything is.
But if you look at the standing,
shout out the Jets.
Yes.
Statistically eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Congratulations, boys.
Them, the Lions, Jacksonville.
God.
Good teams.
I like how there was I forget what the odds were like a week ago with the Lions because they weren't
1
out
in
of the
2
playoffs.
trillion. There's a 1 in 2 trillion chance the Lions would have made the playoffs.
Unreal. Yeah,
just making them. I almost put a bet down.
Something completely absurd. Why?
Like $1. Because with those odds, you would have walked away with like $1,000.
Can you imagine?
That's what I'm saying. Like that. The
This
fact.
asshole actually put money on the Lions as their 0-10-1.
Yeah, I was like 1 in 2 trillion odds. I'm like, that's not real.
I'm
Like,
never
that doesn't happen.
Bro, I'm never putting money on Jared Goff. Don't ever. If I ever do it, just understand that,
You're in a dark place.
I'm in a very dark place.
Yep.
I need help.
Just come talk to us.
Please.
Hey,
No.
Kyle, this is the 3rd week in a row you bet on Jared Goff.
If you let it
are
get to
you-
3 weeks, I'll be fucking upset.
I just see you tweet 3 weeks in a row. I'm like, Kyle, we can talk about this. Kyle, we're open about it. Yeah.
I thought Jared Goff is a good quarterback. Guys, get him to the hospital. Get him to the hospital right now.
No, get him to a psych ward.
Admit him immediately. Like or not put him down. Because clearly there's no fixing it.
Put him to rest. It's over.
Put him, just bury him. There's no fixing that.
I think the Lions are a competent franchise.
God.
Oh my
Get
god.
him out of here.
God.
Get him out of here.
It's not
I don't
even-
know how this turned into the roast of the Lions, but
The only good thing about the Lions is their coach.
I like
I do
their
like Dan
uniform.
Campbell.
I like
That's
their
a
uniforms.
guy.
I like the
The
uniform.
uniforms?
I do like the uniforms too. That
Are
blue
you
and
serious?
silver is kind
The
of.
Teal
uniform.
and silver, yeah.
It's not even teal.
It's like
It's
that blue.
It's blue.
It's like light blue.
Out of
Light
everything,
brown teal.
What's teal?
Not what you're saying.
I'm just like, no, the coach is the best thing about this team, not the freaking. Anyway, bring it back to the awards.
Just trying to say something positive about the Lions, okay?
It's hard.
We're
It's
trying.
hard.
Well,
It's hard.
It's very hard.
But yeah, the awards. The crazy
That's what she
thing,
said.
another award, defensive player of the year. Like we were talking about earlier before the
God.
show. It's pretty wide open too, but Micah Parsons there.
Oh,
Cowboys.
my.
He gets defensive player. He's
God,
a rookie too.
He's
yeah.
a rookie.
Yeah.
The only other guy to do that is Lawrence Taylor, and I
Savage.
Lawrence
don't need
Taylor-
to even talk about it. What Lawrence Taylor was.
And what James said, Lawrence Taylor's a rookie, had 10 sacks. Micah
Didn't
has
we say-
12.
Didn't we say Micah Parsons is probably going to get Rookie of the Year? Defensive Rookie
Defensive
Yeah,
rookie.
defensive. We're talking about defensive
player.
Of the Year? Oh, I know.
Player. He
Well,
might
he's
get
got
both.
rookie-
Motherfucker's gonna get both.
I was going to say, he's got Rookie
Well,
on lock.
I mean, if you're a rookie and you get defensive player of the year, and they gave it the rookie defensive player of the year to someone else, it's
Somebody
like,
else, you're like,
somebody's looking through the notes. They're like,
where do we fuck
I think
up?
we read this wrong.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd be like the time when Steve Harvey read the wrong Miss America.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
You never heard
I've
that?
never heard that.
Wow. Wait. James
Am I
knows
more
something that Kyle doesn't.
Yeah, it was like years ago. Steve Harvey, he was hosting the Miss America, and it came down to the final. Like, oh, we're gonna say it, and they're like, Miss, I don't know who it was, Miss Utah won, and she comes up, and they're like,
Oh,
he literally goes, I made a mistake. It was the other girl.
Wow.
First of all, ain't no way Miss Utah would ever
Okay,
win.
okay.
Ain't no way a
Miss
Mormon's winning.
Utah.
I don't know why
it's
that's-
Post Malone address.
There ain't no way a Mormon's winning that thing. That sister wife would never win anything.
it's literally Post Malone. He goes, "Oh my God, I read the wrong name." She told me that I'm not enough. They're like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah. But yeah, Steve Harvey totally messed that. I can't believe you never heard of it. That was like a big thing.
That was like, what, 5 years ago now?
Yeah, probably.
I
It
can't
was-
say I know much about Steve Harvey, and I just know
I just love Steve
rocking
Harvey.
mustache and sometimes very inspirational quotes on TikTok.
Let's
and
see if
that's
it's up
about
on the board.
it. Yeah,
Like that's what Steve Harvey.
show me Picard's flute. Actually, that wasn't even him.
That's from Family Guy.
I was gonna say that wasn't even him.
That wasn't
Right.
even Steve Harvey.
Right show, wrong guy.
But even award races. Back to the award races. Offensive Player of the Year. It could be Mac. Could be Jamar. It's so wide. Even Jalen Waddle, I feel like, is snuck up there.
As
Dude,
far as rookie
he
of the
has
year,
been
yeah.
a monster down
I'm
there.
pretty
The
sure
only
he's on
thing-
pace to break the rookie
Catch.
catches in a season.
I forget who it was. Colin, I think, had a really good comparison. No, I don't know if it was Colin. He had a really good comparison for him. Jarvis Landry comes out, gets a ton of catches. Oh no, it was Fantasy Guys on ESPN, not Matthew Berry, the other one.
Yep,
young guy. He compared him to Jarvis Landry. He'll go out, he'll get you 100 catches, ton of receptions. But as far as the yardage, he averages I think it was 9.5 yards per catch, which comparatively
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's decent, but comparatively to other players,
Yeah, but he's a
like
rookie.
Devontae Adams, average yards per catch is 15, 16.
Yeah, but once again, you're comparing.
It's a
guy
rookie,
in his
don't get me wrong,
prime
yeah, it's
and his
good.
Rookie. That's a huge difference right
And
there.
also the Dolphins with Tua and Aaron Rodgers with. Don't get me wrong, I understand they have a ball.
Where in God's name did that come
Welcome to
from?
the studio. But yeah, coach of the year. I mean, you were debating Mike Tomlin, but no.
No. See, I had the argument
God,
for Mike Tomlin.
it's Bill.
That pissed me off.
It's Bill.
I read that and that pissed me off.
It's absolutely Bill Belichick.
His decision alone to play Ben Roethlisberger as
who played
his starting
really well last game.
great, but
He played
playing
well against the Vikings.
but
on the
playing
last
one
game.
good game out of every 5 is not great.
So
You guys know it's his last.
here's
season?
my
Good.
here's my point with the whole Mike Tomlin thing. First off, I don't think he should be coach of the year. I think he
You
should
said you said that.
be. No, I didn't.
That.
I said he should be in the conversation.
no.
He absolutely
He shouldn't
should be.
even be in the
What are they?
conversation.
6, 7, and 1 right now.
Should not be. Even,
The fact that they have 6 wins, I said, and I quote, I'll go back and look at it. I said, if the Steelers make the playoffs with everybody's drunk uncle at fucking quarterback, he deserves to be in coach of the year conversations.
If they end up
yeah,
with a
know
losing
what
record,
the conversation is
no.
going to be?
If there's
Hey,
a losing
Mike.
record, no.
If they make the playoffs,
Yeah, they have to make playoffs.
that's what
But-
I said.
Okay,
If they make the playoffs with Ben Roethlisberger and no O-line,
they're not going to.
They're not going to work.
Because
They're
they
not
have
out of it yet.
They have. I'm sorry, they're not going to beat the Bengals or not the Ravens because they're beat up, which sucks. Why can't I think of the other team?
Browns?
Thank you. Wow,
Welcome.
huge brain fart right there.
the Browns only show up when they, like every other week, it feels like.
Okay, well,
so
when
it
the
depends
Steelers
what
show up
Brown-
every 1 out of 5.
Don't get dude, but they're winning games. There's a chance where they make the play. That was my argument.
and
Anyways,
Bill Belichick, I think, is going to get it because he's right now the
I agree. I
number
think Bill
one, number
Belichick's
one
gonna get the
seed
award.
with a rookie quarterback. And everyone expected the Patriots to be better this year, but number 1 seed in the AFC.
Bro.
Now they haven't gotten it confirmed yet. Like it's going to once again come down to week 18. They basically have to win out. Like they don't have an easy slate. They have the Colts, then the Bills again. Okay, Jacksonville, and then Miami. Miami's been playing well though.
yeah, Miami's on
Jacksonville, they're gonna
6-game
smoke.
win streak.
Yeah. So if they end up with the 1 seed with a rookie quarterback after the abysmal season they had last year, and I get it, it was crazy situations, players came back, this and that. No one expected the Patriots to be this good.
No, and I'm not arguing against the fact that Bill Belichick shouldn't win the award right now. I think my whole point is if they make it to the playoffs, the Steelers, Mike Tomlin should be in that conversation because he's winning without a quarterback, without an O-line. They still can't fucking run the ball. Najee Harris's numbers are not that good. He just gets a ton of volume and he catches out of the backfield.
That means his numbers are good.
No. Like efficiency. He's averaging like 3 yards a carry.
Dude, he's putting up 20-plus points a
3
game.
yards a carry. Trash.
You can't exactly compare fantasy points to the
Yes,
actual,
you can.
to an extent.
No, you can, though.
Bro, as
you're
much
getting
as
22
he's
points a
getting
game.
it's PPR. He's getting a ton of catches. That's why he's doing.
He's still
like,
a good running back.
He's still a good. I'm not saying Najee Harris is bad. I'm saying there's no O line.
Bro, he's almost a touchdown a game guy.
Again, that has nothing to do with his yards per carry. His efficiency is horrible, and I don't.
How are
blame
you
him.
going to say a guy who's putting up touchdowns per game is efficient? is horrible?
Efficiency?
Yeah.
That's one run.
I think scoring a
one run.
touchdown's pretty damn efficient, if you ask me.
Yeah, but like
That's not how efficiency. That's not what
How?
efficiency measures.
How the hell
if
is
you look at a guy's
That's
stat
not what it
line-
meant. Efficiency literally measures like yards per carry. His like the fact that he gets 3. It's literally yards per carry. The fact that he gets no shit. The fact that he gets 3 yards per carry. Hold on, what does he actually get before I fucking?
he gets touchdowns. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Hey yo!
Hey yo.
No,
TikTok
Hey,
on
how's
the
it going?
show.
You're dumb for this take.
No.
That's what he was going to say.
My thing with but if you're getting a touchdown a game now, I don't know how many he actually has, but if you looked at me and said, "Yeah, this running back has 17 touchdowns this year," I'd go, "That's pretty good." I'd say that's really good actually.
Dude,
That's a touchdown a game.
The man is a freaking monster.
You're not saying that he's a bad running back. It's just he's not efficient. But like, would you not want him on your team?
That's not, dude. You guys aren't even. That's not even the point I'm arguing.
What are you arguing then?
There's no O line in fucking Pittsburgh. That's the point I'm arguing. The fact that I'm still on Coach of the Year. I don't give a fuck
understand
about
that.
Najee Harris.
Okay, so Coach of the Year. I don't see the Steelers making the playoffs.
Not right now. I don't think so.
And that's the whole point of your take.
Homie, this wasn't even like this was before the show. How do we even fucking get on this?
Oh, I'm
Right.
not recording.
No, Ryan's camera's totally off. So, but guess who gets
that's
the
good.
picture this week?
Oh, great. Was it the battery dead?
No, I think the card's been broken. But anyway,
Oh, great.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah, this is why I hate looking up any
Hi,
stats on
Mom.
the phone, bro.
because it sucks. But yeah, MVP race, everything's wide open. I think, yeah, we've kind of said because Mike Tomlin's not going to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
He's not going to make playoffs, and that's the only way he would be in the conversation, and he's not. Bada bing, bada boom.
I totally agree.
Everything's wide open.
Can we still use Al Horford holding the pizza for his photo?
If you'd like to.
Well, it's your photo. You get to choose.
You get to choose.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
But I'll let you take this next segment over, Ryan. This is all you, bud.
Should I switch seats?
No.
Okay.
That's a force.
All right. Oliveira versus Poirier UFC card was outstanding. Oh my goodness. Let me just bring it up real quick. That way I don't fuck up anyone's names. Just gotta make sure.
So respectful.
So I don't care about the prelims. I mean, like Dominic Cruz fought in the prelims. I like Dominic Cruz, but like regardless, I want to talk about the main card. All right, the main card. First fight in the main card: Sean O'Malley versus Pavia.
The fact that Sean O'Malley isn't ranked is a sin. Thank you. Is a fucking sin.
Thank you. I have been screaming this from the hills for like his last 4 fights. All this kid does is go in and sleep people in the first round.
His combination, like his fight awareness is unbelievable.
It's unmatched. Dude. And keep in mind, his rank now, I believe, is 16-1-1. Or no, 16-1-0. My fault.
Who's the loss?
The only loss was a guy, I literally forget his name. Me and my buddies talked about it on Saturday. I forget his name. But O'Malley went into this with a broken ankle. And this guy knew this. And he kept foot stomping him. So, like a little pansy, you asshole.
Well,
either way, that was his first loss. So so O'Malley's whole thing is he's actually undefeated. That's his whole thing. It's actually really comical. But like this is my buddy Cheney said this when I was watching it with him. He goes, if O'Malley's not ranked after this, he's not watching UFC again because that's ridiculous.
It's absolutely.
And like in the
was the guy he fought ranked?
No, but it's not his fault. Like this thing is with like the press conference like the 2 days prior to the fight. O'Malley was actually yelling back and forth with Garman, who wasn't even his opponent, which is hilarious. It was the guy who was fighting after him, and he was yelling at him. He was like, Cody was like, oh, blah, blah, all this other shit. O'Malley's like, you haven't won a fight since 2017, which is just factually wrong, but it's still hilarious to say.
Just roasting.
It's just completely wrong. And then like,
yeah.
And Garbrandt's like, oh yeah, well, who have you fought? And I'm sitting like, Cody, that's not his fault. He's presented with a fight, and he goes, okay, and he signs the contract. That's not his fault. But what he does do is he goes into those fights, and he sleeps people.
Bro.
He knocks them out.
That combination where right before the ref stopped the fight, like if you look at like what he was throwing.
Like that shot to the body then came back over top.
Bro.
Disgusting.
The amount of like fakes he throws that actually work, like not even fake. It's just more so like understanding like situational awareness, dude. Like the second like hands drop, it's like, okay, I'll bait this, throw this, uppercut this. It's like, and you just watch it like in slow-mo afterwards.
It's why they call it martial arts.
It literally is. Watching him, it feels like art. Like everything he does, dude, everything he does sets up what he does next. And it works flawless. At least in every fight I've seen him. And
dude, this is why he needs to be ranked. I don't
he has the best
why
he has some of the best knockouts I've ever seen.
It's insane. It's fantastic. Oh,
do you know this guy?
No, I don't follow you.
He's the guy. He's got the different colored hair.
Oh, this guy
the like
with all the tats.
Yes.
He looks.
So I don't follow UFC a lot, but I've seen him pop up clearly because of this fight. But I've seen him pop up before. Nasty.
Dude's disgusting.
This guy, like this. First of all, he's also got a personality, which is just if you're good to have a personality like this, you moneymaker. But I don't know why Dana's not. He's definitely foaming at the mouth. But dude, rank him for fuck's sake.
I genuinely think Dana just wants him to build up this.
Dude, he's had 16, 17 fights.
I think he wants him to build up this monster record. I really genuinely think that's what it feels like. Like, dude, I think Dana wants to get him to like a very like a respectable.
He puts in the ring with this guy. It's not even close.
It wasn't even close.
It's not close.
Or do you think he's waiting? And I know Conor McGregor's put on a lot of weight, so he'd be in a different
weight class.
I get that, but do you think they're
waiting? Right now?
Or do you think he's waiting business move when Conor does come back to use Conor, get big, and build up this other guy?
Connor's not where he was.
Well, no, I get that. No, but like here's my take where it's like you bring Conor back, it's still the name. That's a brand right there. Yeah. So you get him back, you get him in some fight, win or lose, whatever, but he's back in the UFC, get a ton of money off that. While that's happening, this other guy starts building more of a reputation, and then you can use him. And I understand it's different weight classes, but it just spreads out your business moneymaker rather than being in one short period spread it out.
If
Just
Dana,
a theory.
if Dana's smart, this kid could be such a giant cash cow. My goodness.
I just know he loves McGregor so much because he did so much
Right.
for the
Yeah.
sport.
And like with the whole money thing, like Dana came out and literally said, if your name is not Conor McGregor, shut up.
Yeah.
Like
But
literally he
that's-
said that. Like he's like, if your name is not Conor McGregor, do not talk to me about money fights. Do not talk to me about
I
it.
mean, let's face it. That's how it works. At
Exactly.
This point.
But
Like,
that's my point exactly, where it's just, I feel like he's looking at it as a business move because clearly he's a smart businessman.
When did he say that?
Recently.
I would say
I was
just
gonna
the
say,
other day.
I was going to say that sounded.
But I think he's gonna use Conor McGregor and get him back in, win or lose, get another fight out of him. Because who's not gonna watch that, especially with the size he's at.
No.
Everybody's gonna want to see what
Just-
he can do.
Well, like he's big. I don't know what he's doing.
I love his.
He's
fucking
at
workout.
he's at
right
one.
now.
huge.
He's at 190 right now.
And
I've
he's
never
like
seen him that big.
5'8", 190.
That's
No, did we say?
disgusting.
Did we find out he's like 5'10" or something like that?
No, he
I
was a
thought
little shorter than
I
me.
thought he was
Oh,
like
okay.
5'11", 5'10".
No, he's like 5'8".
And then
Wait,
no,
he's-
like
he's
5'8".
Built
5'8",
to the-
190.
I don't know
and
what
in a ripped 190.
yeah. I don't know what he's.
And he's getting
like,
tested too.
No, I don't even mean like that.
Also-
I'm just like I don't know what like he's going to. Like I'm not sure what he's going for.
Like what
exactly.
weight class is he looking for? Like what is he
Yeah.
going
I
to?
think-
is he bulking right now? Then to,
I think McGregor's actually. I think we're about to see hungry McGregor again. I think because he has risen to the top and then his fall from grace.
All right, so
was
let's bring that back a little bit because I will touch on him again later in this segment.
Okay.
But I want to bring back to O'Malley real
Okay.
quick. But like I've said, but like we've both said, if he's not ranked, I swear to Christ,
he'll
I
be
will-
ranked.
I will
after
set
that
shit-
knockout, he'll be ranked.
I will set shit ablaze.
now how does ranking work in the UFC? Is there like a committee?
There's a 1 to 15 like rankings. If he's at
But I get that. But like, who does the ranking? Like,
well,
there's a
Dana's
committee.
definitely involved, but there's obviously a committee.
Okay, that's what I thought. I had a feeling. It
Like
was similar.
whenever there's rankings in anything, there's always a committee.
I would say there's no way there's just one guy,
Yeah.
sitting at computer.
but Dana's definitely a huge voice in that.
You're number one. Well, yeah, when you own
Like-
the company, you get to
Yeah.
you get to voice your opinion.
Right. But
My boy.
like I said, dude, this kid, you can market this kid like unbelievable. Like he got after his fight, he actually went to like this after party and like literally there's a video of Bruce Buffer at this after party with him. It's like a club. They gave Bruce the mic. He had Bruce introduce him
really.
at the club, and Bruce did like the normal like UFC intro
Fuck
at
yeah.
the club, bro. I was watching like I was at the place and I got chills. I love Bruce Buffer, but
And you look
regard
around, you're
like
I'm just
this is
sitting
the
in my living room.
personality this kid has, and like he posted another like a photo on Instagram like it was like 9 hours after the fight, like in a blue suit, probably that costed as much as all of us have combined, and
Probably more.
and like the comment the caption goes, "Here for the game and all the pussy that comes with it."
Okay.
Has a whole girlfriend and a daughter. This is my goat. I love this kid. He doesn't give a shit. It's awesome. Like he just said
It's a
it to
girlfriend
say it
and a
because,
daughter.
but he just said it to say it. But like even after the fight, like, he was being interviewed and he was just like, I'm just gonna go home to my girl and my daughter. Just really enjoy our time. Like, dude,
And
he's-
then
A real family man.
4 hours later.
like it's shit like that. He's funny. Like he's really funny.
Yeah.
Like
He's captivating. That's
like
the
he
word.
has that. He has it.
Something. So yeah, something
he
about
has
him is.
it, and he fucks people up.
Yeah, he's just interesting.
Like, feed off of this, dude. Feed
That's it.
off of this.
Yeah.
And now I think we've exhausted the O'Malley part here. The next fight was Cody Garman versus Cara France, and Cody.
I don't know either of these fighters. Actually.
How do you?
And I'm pretty.
Cody,
I applaud
do you remember
pronouncing those
do
names.
you remember T.J. Dillashaw?
Yes.
Him and Cody Garman was the guy who tattooed through the chest and down the arms, black hair, beard.
Oh,
He was the
I would
champion,
know.
and TJ beat him. They
Yeah,
were actually
yeah,
friends,
yeah.
and then it got ugly. Cody got TKO'd in the first round.
How old's
and,
Cody? 30s.
up there.
Yeah.
He's been around for a little
I
bit.
was gonna say. Okay.
But watching it happen brought a smile to my face because, like I said, remember the press conference I brought up? Him and O'Malley were yelling at each other, right?
And then he gets. Yeah.
And actually, during that interview that O'Malley had, where he said, "I'm going to go back to my daughter and wife," as he was saying that, he was watching Cody get knocked the fuck out, and he's like, "Oh, Cody, and he walks away. He comes back. He's like, "Some people just aren't built for this," and then just walks,
Wow.
just walks
Wow.
off camera. Love this guy.
He is electric.
Dude, fucking market this. Anyway. The fight after that was Jeff Neal versus Santiago Pons. It was okay. It was like there were two beefy dudes this throwing haymakers, but like the third round is where O'Neal really like took the show. He just landed like I think like 20 more punches than that really sold it. It wasn't really that great of a fight, but the fight of the night for me was Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena. I on my Snapchat story,
Upset City right there.
On my Snapchat story, I took a photo of Amanda. I said, "This bitch really about to catch another body." I was like, "There's no way." I was like, she's just gonna walk in there, walk through this one, just like all the others. And
bro, round 1, they're just throwing
fucking
bombs.
I don't know what Amanda's game plan was, but it was
swing for the fences.
Awful.
It was horrible. They were gassed.
Also, she just wasn't moving her head.
No.
And there was, I forget at what point it was. There was one point where she got clocked. Like she got clocked in her face. Like she went from like on the ground, and she was like on the ground at one point, and like she almost looked like she was smiling. Like I think she was smiling at her
You get
corner.
punched so hard, you fucking
No, this was like when she was dominating. Like it was just like, oh Jesus, here we go. And like she got her on the ground, like she looked up and she started like smiling. And I was like, oh well, yeah, I figured this was gonna happen. Then they got back up, and then she got popped, and then her whole face was like, it just like it changed, and then like from whatever game plan she had, got knocked the fuck out of her at that exact moment.
Well, dude, round 1, I don't know why they were throwing as many haymakers. They were literally just trading blows for like a hot 30 seconds.
Dude, it wasn't really... I'm telling you, it was when she got pieced is when she really started just throwing. I'm like, why are you escaping your game? You can beat her on the ground.
Yeah.
Pena's game is throwing punches. And you can... And Amanda can do...
Shout out to Pena, too.
Oh my God.
She looked...
humongous.
Humongous
upset. Like... Everyone at the place that was watching it with me lost their shit.
My buddy said he had a parlay that was fucked up by Nunes. He said it was literally he had the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then Nunes totally ended that.
And it was so weird. Amanda didn't even look like she was upset.
No.
That's when it's over.
I mean, because like
she knew.
Because my buddy Troy brought up, she even looked upset. I'm like, she's still got another belt.
I was gonna say she looked out of it though too. Maybe she might have like actually got concussed or something. Like maybe that one punch. You could be right. Like maybe
I would say she's concussed.
Well, I was gonna say all of it. Maybe she was just kind of like out of it.
I just don't understand like what I just don't get what happened because she should have walked because going into the odds watching them at like when they were being announced. Pena looked like she was shitting herself. She looked like someone who said, I want this fight.
Gets into the ring, goes,
No. Who said, I want this fight, but not really meaning it, but accidentally got it.
Like,
and now she's in the ring and she's like, oh, fuck.
I'll just put my hand up. There's no way they call on me.
Dude.
They're in a prayer. Everyone else got their hand.
I may have miscalculated this.
No, that's when you're just like, I wasn't.
Not me.
Your hand was up for 30 seconds. Yeah, it was a weird stretch.
Weird. You don't do 30-second stretches.
But like, I just don't get it. I just don't get what happened. I'm literally still processing.
It's one of the things I like about UFC though. It's like any given moment,
all you need is the one.
Yeah, you get
and
one.
That one punch she landed changed the whole aspect of that entire fight. Amanda went, oh shit. I haven't, because Amanda was on like a 12-fight win streak and like dominant win streak. It wasn't even like close. And then it's just like,
yeah. Bro, she's probably still the best fighter in that debate. Yeah, like,
yeah, just like
I've seen.
If her training wasn't good, I like her. Like, she
I think it was a moment.
Seriously, like she got gassed early.
Yeah, I think it was a moment. I think it was a. Well, don't forget too. Like once you're at the top, everyone's eyeballing you.
I feel like also it's one of those things where it takes a
people get complacent when they get there.
Exactly,
especially in the fighting world. I feel like it's so hard to stay at top.
McGregor's a great example.
That's why I've never understood in UFC when these people are like, "Oh, I'm going to come back," and I'm like, "You've been out of it for a year or two. you probably should just stay home. Then again, once they say, here's a $50 million check or whatever, yeah, win or lose, I would go do it too. But it's just, with any of these fights, or in the fighting realm, it's so hard to stay on top. Because once you do get there, it's like, I don't want to train as hard.
Now you're a target, and if you get complacent, everyone else is hungry. So
Exactly.
Yeah. It also takes some sort of maniac to step
into the ring with him.
Well, because
you have to be tapped.
No.
Absolutely.
Not even just that. But to get on top and then stay up there, because this is why that whole McGregor run was something else. Was he was so hungry to get to the top, he got there. And then he started doing other things.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to
he set new goals. A lot of people, I feel like in that realm, or at least once you get to that top of any sport really, but especially the fighting world, where it's like, I got the belt. Okay, this is what I trained my whole life for.
Because you have then reached your goal,
exactly.
and then it's like,
what's
where do
next?
you? Because then he got that first belt. He got that first belt, and he was like, then he was still hungry enough to be like, I want to be first time double champ, simultaneously double champ.
Yeah.
And then he went after Alvarez, and then murdered him.
And
then he was like, well, I can't really do anything else, and now he's just fighting to defend it, not just get it. Getting it and defending it are two different. You have to have a different mindset for both.
I also feel like the difference between the fighting world and other sports for setting goals, where it's like in NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, it's like, I want to win a championship. Okay, won it. Well, I want to win again. I mean, there's no real limit. I get guys only can win so many, but they can keep every year. It's like, this is the goal, and they don't really have to change.
Goal doesn't change, yeah.
And they also don't have to change too much. We're in the fighting world where it's like, okay, I just won the belt. Well, now I have to change everything, put on more size or lose weight and go to different weight classes and things like that. It is so much harder to win another belt than to win another championship, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because you can always improve your craft and things like that. But
there's only one belt.
Still the same thing.
There's only one belt for each of it, and it just moves around.
That's why.
How long can you hold it?
Exactly, and I think that's way harder to do than winning multiple championships in other sports.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, we didn't get it this year, we'll go next year. You don't always get a chance to go get the belt. It's not every year where it's like, oh, I can go get the belt now. You have to work up to it, and it's such a process.
Yeah. That's why I think McGregor being 190 right now is mental for the game.
Insane.
That means he looks hungry again, especially with the way he fell. It wasn't graceful. Bad. It was
rough.
It was rough. And I think he knows that too.
He doesn't want to go out like that. He doesn't want people to remember him.
The fact that he's 190.
Now, if you think he gets another belt, do you think he just leaves, walks away after that?
I don't know.
Honestly, with that dude's mind, I don't know. I just know
he's gonna fight again. I know the first fight he gets, I bet you he fucking kills somebody. I bet you the first fight.
Also,
he's not gonna get a title fight.
No, you can't. Not after. No.
Also, big shout out to the guy who put $300K on Amanda, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh,
and it was $300K and only for
$300K to get $30,000.
Yeah,
and someone goes, someone literally goes, well, it's basically a free $30,000, and I was like, you fucking moron.
Can you imagine?
No. Dude, imagine that much.
That's why I do not get into sports betting at all.
Fantasy football is my limit.
I know.
Fantasy football is it
because I know I'll get sucked in. I just won't.
I know for a fact that
I would go in once and be like, that was kind of fun, and then next week it'd be a little more.
I'd win.
Be a little more.
I'd win like two.
A little more, and then I'd be broke.
Bro, I'd win 2 weeks in a row, and I'd think I'd fucking had this whole thing figured out. I'd be like, oh no, I got this.
You're like, I can beat the system.
I got this. I'd stop using math. I'd just be like. Nah, we'll just throw whatever to the wind. I know what I'm going to get.
What?
What? Bro,
why do I have 3 mortgages and not own a home?
That's such a horrible investment.
Yeah. It's money to burn. That's all sports gambling is.
Oh.
Well, final fight of the night. Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier.
We haven't even talked about this yet.
I was just like, I was getting ready to wrap up. I'm like, there we go. Totally forgot there's another fight.
Boy, did this make me smile.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I honestly thought Poirier had a chance, but...
He did. Now, the first round, these guys were throwing bombs.
Yeah.
They were landing 60% of their significant strikes. Or I think either significant strikes or just punches in general, which is bananas. Okay? That is ridiculous. Dustin, I think, landed 56 punches in the first round.
Wow.
It was making me nervous. Like, Charles was getting peace. Like,
who do you want to win, Charles?
Charles. Dude, first of all,
I like Poirier.
Screw Dustin Poirier. Okay, hang on. Second round was just complete dominance on the ground by Oliveira. Dominance. Brought
Well, that's his
Dustin.
game.
Brought Dustin on the ground, and Dustin could not for the life of him get out of it. It was just, and then he was getting hit with forearms, elbows. His face was getting mangled. Like, it was like beautiful to watch on Oliveira's part because it was just like Dustin couldn't do shit about that. Nothing at all. And people don't realize like how tiring that is.
Oh, it's exhausting.
Because when you're on the ground, there's always tension somewhere.
Yeah, somebody's always
you're always
fighting against you somewhere. Yeah,
you're always doing this. Like you're trying to like make sure this arm doesn't go down here, so it doesn't get this this hold in or something else. It's an exhausting motion. And keep in mind, Dustin was already eating knees to the body in the first round, like hard, bad. Like just he was taking them like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
it would have killed 3 of us. It would have killed the 3 of us easily.
just the one. Oh, Charles.
No, my God. Like,
Charles.
and then
Just
combine
gets
that with
you
the
and
fact. Combine that with the fact that then
James.
then the second round happened where it's literally 5 minutes of just Oliveira on top of him on the ground. Dustin can't get out of it, eating elbows, forearms, all this other stuff. Third round comes, and like you could just like throw. And I think they. What time was it in the? Of course, it doesn't give me a fucking time. I appreciate that, boys. But
Hold on, I might have
at one point, you can see Dustin a few times
1 minute 2 seconds
in the third round.
Yeah.
At one point, early in the third, like, and I think late in the second too, like you see Dustin take just a big ass breath. Like he's tired. Like
And
he
now-
got like his
yeah.
core is also fucked up from those
yeah.
knees.
And then Oliveira,
And
you
then, like,
see, yeah,
Oliveira got him on the cage. He turned, like, he gets Dustin around, and then, like, it was hilarious because I called Oliveira a spider monkey, like, right, but, like, because, like, he looked like he was going to climb on him, and then he did. Like, literally, like, he climbed up on his back and, like, got the choke in. And so Dustin's standing, and Oliveira's on top of his back, legs around his abdomen.
yeah, he's got him.
Like a spider
That's
monkey.
what's wild about the UFC. Is like you can do anything.
Dude,
Well,
it's
not
insane.
anything, but like there's so many different ways to go about a fight.
Yeah,
And I guess the only way Dustin could have got out of that was if he just like jumped up and back and just hopefully knocked the wind out of Oliveira.
Wild.
That was the only way that was happening, and I'm so
but
glad.
even that's
I
an
am
all or nothing.
So glad he choked out that bum.
Why don't you like Poirier?
Why? Because he acted like he beat McGregor that last fight.
Oh, that's yeah.
You asshole.
He didn't win.
I mean, to be fair,
No, he didn't.
no.
Kyle.
On the record book, it will say he did.
McGregor broke his ankle.
to be fair,
There's no fairness in that.
Let him
to
get-
be fair, I
No.
think it's a marketing thing for both of them. I genuinely do, because if you look at them beforehand, before their first 2 fights, even respect, they were nothing. They liked each other. It wasn't one of those like I'm gonna fucking kill you, like whatever. It was
Yeah,
they
you were helping
genuinely
me
liked
make
each other.
millions.
And then it turned. I forget when it turned, but it turned. I think it was McGregor made a comment about his wife or something, and then the whole thing turned into like, okay, well, F you, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you. And I think the reason he acted the way he did was because I think they knew inevitably.
No, I think Dustin said that his donation didn't go through. Like Dustin
McGregor's?
said McGregor's donation never made it to his charity, and McGregor was like, "That's fucking bullshit."
Yeah.
And then
It's broad.
and then he brought up his wife.
All right. Well, I
Then it
mean,
got personal.
yeah. But that's what I mean. I genuinely think it's a marketing thing between those two, because I think inevitably with the way that fight ended,
There's genuine hatred.
with the way that fight ended, I think they both knew they were going to have a fourth. I'm agreeing. I don't think.
Well, I'm just saying, as soon like
But he-
McGregor's on the mat, ankle broken,
And McGregor's
Dustin's-
already screaming at him too.
And,
But
because Dustin started doing his fucking walk.
Because he's
Yeah.
acting like he actually beat him. Where it's like,
Well,
no.
you didn't.
You-
You didn't.
On the record, it's gonna say he did.
On paper, it's gonna say you have another dub over McGregor, but really you didn't, and that's gonna sit with you for the rest of your fucking life.
well, they're going to
'Cause
fight
you know-
again. They'll fight again.
Yeah, and this is
And
why.
now he's 190.
And this is why I said I was gonna touch on McGregor earlier because welcome to McGregor's next fight, Dustin McGregor.
It's going to be
Four.
Poirier.
Dustin McGregor 4.
This feels like a really shitty like franchise right now. Yeah, Dustin. Yeah, Dustin McGregor 4.
Welcome
They're
to,
going to space this time.
Yeah,
welcome to Fast and Furious 19.
bro.
We're still family.
We go to
We don't have-
Thanksgiving
That is the
with
next fight.
nice cars.
is that what we're at? They're all 60.
Because that's got to be Connor's next fight. I can't see anything else.
What does Poirier weigh? He's got to be up there too.
He's gonna no because they cut weight.
Yeah, but I don't. We'll see how much.
He's not gonna fight at 190. That's like light heavyweight.
No, I mean, yeah, he's bulking, but he's probably gonna cut to what 170, 175.
Yeah, 170.
That's crazy.
That's still huge.
So shredded.
He'd be shredded.
That's what I mean. That's still huge.
Shredded. That's terrifying. That's terrifying to think about.
Yeah,
that's 170 pure muscle.
It's
pure mass.
It's a big toe right there. It's a big toe.
Yes.
Basically a shredded big toe.
God damn it. I mean, I've went over that card. It was phenomenal. I loved every second of it.
No.
But I
wish
mean,
I paid for it.
Big takeaway. Fucking rank Sean O'Malley. I swear to God, Dan, I'll use you as a pool ball. I swear to Christ. I'll use that head as a giant cue ball. Just a corner pocket, bitch. Swear to Christ.
I think Dana White would kick your ass.
I don't give a shit.
I think Dana White would.
Pool? It's over.
Yeah. You could maybe hustle Dana White in a game of pool. I don't know how good.
Dana White's
Dana White's a gambling man.
He's definitely filthy at pool. That's exactly why.
He knows. He knows who not to fuck with. He knows.
Yeah, he would play you in pool. That's all we have for today, folks. If you like what we're doing, we do have a merch store down in the description below. There'll be a link. Also, other ways you can help us. Oh, yeah, Kyle's actually rocking some today. I say other ways you can help us is sharing, commenting, liking, subscribing. Tell your friends about us. We're a good time.
Tell your friends, your mom, your dog, your uncle, your niece, your aunt.
Not your nephew, though.
You're not your
Definitely
nephew.
not your nephew.
Don't you fucking tell
nephew.
him.
Not your nephew.
Your nephew's an absolute scumbag.
Tell him to get off the couch.
He's 25.